And Navi, they took their foot off the pedal for even half a minute. In Secret, they react in strength and deny the tier 1 tower at the top. Now you're looking at this dude.
Oh, this is a really good rotation though, down at bottom.
You're right, the Chrono wants Envy with the Exorcism, and this kill will not only destroy Eternal Envy's early game farm, but also allow them to transition straight into the tier 1 down at bottom lane and bolster the gold that they're gaining.
Yeah, that was a really good move by Navi. They trade their support position just for some information. They know that a lot of heroes from Secret rotated top. They know there's no way to help out that safe laner anymore, and I think that was actually Eternal Envy's move, maybe to just move back behind the tier 1, because he knows that the Radiant safe lane is so unsafe at this point in the game, and especially when you're a Drow, almost nobody's going to TP to come just because you're going to die. It's only really the Lion that can come in. Even Weehawk coming in wouldn't make too much of a difference. They know that the Lion already TP top and Misery has no mana, and so it's almost an ideal circumstance for them to invade that safe lane.
Yeah, you've got some pretty good reactive heroes. I mean, Misery had no mana anyway. He's already been burning through it pretty quickly up there at top. But Puppey is closing in on that level 6, and once he's got that Doom, you can start to look for the OD, the Death Prophet, even just the Oracle, because that false promise out from Oracle, coupled up with a Death Prophet or an OD, just keeping them alive and allowing them to pump out all that damage. It's annoying as all hell.
Yeah, and that hero against a lineup that Secret has does really well. The Purge can catch a lot of the neutrals that the Nature's Prophet can summon with the Treants, and even more importantly than that, the high burst damage against heroes like Lion and the Drow Ranger, it just works really effectively. Plus the False Promise, like you said, it works pretty good against the Doom if you can just keep spamming out healing. I think the Doom is still pure, so you can't use the second ability.
Fate's Edict.
Yeah, Fate's Edict.
Yeah, good point. Well, Navi going to content themselves with a tier 1 at bottom lane. They've also still got that ward up on the little ramp, watching for any movements across, but just take a look, Secret, lane ward, still trying to scout out from laning phase where General's moving himself around to, but Navi have this OD. They've got the combo with the Chronosphere and Exorcism on top. If they do decide to start grouping up with the ultimates off cooldown, once they have these combos ready, Secret fighting into this, do they have a specific timing or specific item set they need to try and battle against it, or is it almost solely trying to bait out ultimates from Navi and then fight when they're on cooldown?
I think you just play around the cooldowns, especially around the DP one. I think the OD one you can kind of work your way around, but Death Prophet one is quite strong against Secret's lineup, especially because they don't have the best way to concave fights out like they do, like Navi does with Chronosphere, so they're going to want the Death Prophet to be as little impact as possible. So if you're Secret, it's not even about slow pushing, it's about constantly re-maneuvering into different fight zones so that Navi is chasing you around and responding to what you're doing. And what that'll allow you to do is get Nature's Prophet a lot of farm so that he can pick up some items and start to become a threat. And he's actually got a lot of gold right now, and the way that he's playing is pretty much that. He's abusing the space that they're giving him for the free information. Like every time they go to gank, Misery says, okay, I'm going to go to the top lane, take advantage of the fact that nobody's in this lane, pick up some farm.
So is that going to be a Hand of Midas for Nature's Prophet? He saved up about 2 grand.
I think Drums is still really strong here, just because of the stats. It's really hard actually to kill the Nature's Prophet at that point, but it's tempting. Anytime I get around that amount of money, it always crosses your mind because you think to yourself, okay, this game, maybe it goes a little bit later, will I regret not getting the Midas? Because with a hero like Nature's Prophet, you can make pretty decent use of it. The attack speed's pretty good on him, especially since you have the Drow Aura. It's an attractive option, but it just kind of depends on how they want to take the game. Like, if you anticipate the game going somewhat later, then you'll go for the Midas, but if you think that you can get into the early game fights and just outmaneuver Navi, then you can probably grab the Drums.
Yeah, something like phase Drums into Orchid wouldn't be too bad here. Like, same kind of story with the Doom, just locking down and limiting how much this Oracle can do with its saving capabilities is going to be absolutely great for you. Looking further forward into the game, Navi, Dire side, they've got great rush taking potential, again, great team fight around it. Secret, though, definitely can sneak. If they get these tier 1 mid and start, corralling and herding Navi back into their own jungle or even back into their own base with a couple of good team fights, there's nothing really stopping Secret from wandering into that rush pit. But you can see Artstyle hit level 6 to get himself a DD rune down at bot spot, and maybe even move himself into a spot where he can actually kill someone off. TP's coming up top. There was a stun onto Titira, but Dendi, again, he's been playing so proactively on this Death Prophet. He's not sitting back and farming, he's actually moving around the map.
I think it's just Dendy's playstyle. Even when he plays farmers, he's a little bit more predisposed to just running around the map, trying to create space for his team. But the good news is that he's getting things done. He's leading. Whenever he uses his ultimate, it's either led to a kill on a core hero, or it pushes into the tower. And most importantly, he's kept up in farm. Because that's always what you wonder about a DT when she decides to rotate around. You want to make sure that she's keeping up in net worth, and it's just not artificially boosted from just the towers.
Well, she's up at the top, looking pretty hot right now. Puppy, though, has got that Doom available. The trouble is Secret do not have any vision here on Navi. You know, the one ward they got out of the map, it looks like it's still down on the bottom lane. They cannot see a soul, so they'll group themselves up, not going to leave themselves susceptible to getting ganked or picked off. While Eternal Envy is the lone ranger down in bottom lane, heading into Drums, and Aquila. It's just going to be the stats game. Well, Weha, hang on a second. Helm of Iron Will's picked up. Looks like it's going to be an early Veil for him.
I really like that pickup. I think it abuses pretty hard into the Venomancer ultimate, and it makes it really hard for Navi to fight into that. Because then they have to burst down the Venomancer no matter what. Secret have ways to work around that as well, but right now I think things are going okay for Navi. Like, I think if you're a Navi fan, you're somewhat okay with the pace of the game right now. They're winning in XP, Dendy's making good rotations in the game so far, Secret haven't really got that ball rolling yet on their strategy, and things are fairly even for them right now. And what I normally look to is, even less on the gold, is just the XP lead that they've been able to build up. It means that their supports are doing quite well.
Hello there, Seneko. Didn't expect this one. Doom Hex dead. Secret will snag themselves a kill, and again, they look for objectives. Natus Prophet was already pushing the tier 1 up at top lane with the help of Treants and these Plague Wards. Secret will secure themselves that, but at what cost? Because Navi, into the rush pit they go, and this should be a relatively simple takedown. You know, there's no tier 1 bottom lane at TP2. Secret can maybe maneuver themselves to the tier 1 mid, but I think it's just going to be the straight trade-off. Secret will push top, shove it in, try and chip away at tier 2. You know, maybe do some severe structural damage, but Aegis will definitely go the way of Navi.
Yeah, and this is the classic trade-off range that pretty much started happening around TI3, where Bulldog would push him top, and he would kind of just bait you. Either you're going to come fight us, or we're going to go for the Roshan. And they don't even get the tier 2 out of that. So I think Navi's going to be incredibly satisfied that all it cost them was the tier 1 safe lane tower that would have gone down eventually, just because that tower is really hard for them to defend anyways. It's not really worth what you get out of defending that tower. It's like, you lose some control of your jungle, but it's on such a left-hand side of the map that you can just place the ward like they did, and then you get a lot more control out of it. And they're smoked up, they want to go on Twilight Dive, it should be a free kill.
Yeah, Fortune's End, Earthspike will land down onto Snako, but Ditchura, he's looking and hunting for more, and there's an Astral here from Ditchura, catches out the Venomancer. The rest of the team from Navi's coming in to fast, and I mean, you throw out your ultimate, but where's the rest of it? His teammates left him high and dry. Damage output, you know, it looks tasty, but without your Drow Ranger, without your Doom or your Nature's Prophet, there was just nothing doing there for Team Secret.
And that's a significant cooldown used by Secret as well. That's a 2-minute ulti that they went into, and Misery just continues to get farm, which I think is a really good bright spot right now for Secret. And he's going to be a thorn in Navi's side for sure in a game like this. But Navi still holding face, and I think the reason why I'm so impressed by them, because honestly, I thought that Secret was going to take this game relatively easily, and I think a lot of people did. I think that was probably one of the more, you know, easy picks, I guess, of the tournament for most people, is they said, okay, Navi hasn't been in a line in a really long time. Secret just won a major. I don't even think that's underestimating Navi. I just think that's how good Secret was.
And when you look at the last couple of results Navi had, you know, losing to Empire in a best of 1, Danish Bears took him out in a best of 3, and game 3 of that was super convincing for Danish Bears. But Navi, they've turned up today. They've turned up to play against Team Secret, and so far, 5-5, 15 minutes in, 2 heroes at the top of the net worth chart there, with General honestly not being too far behind. But it's Puppy's Doom, the 4-spot Doom. 1500 gold, and he's heading into that mech. You know, we've often seen him just keep the buckle and, you know, naked as that value item, but he needs something to bolster his team here and keep them alive through all his damage from Navi, especially if that chrono does land onto numerous people. But tier 1 gonna get pressured out. They've still got the Aegis, of course, on Ditchura. Drums popped out.
Oh, General's looking for some kind of angle, and they're gonna get the ward down, but he's gonna get spotted. Really good timing by Wee. I'm kind of thinking about what kind of item build I'd go if I was the Void right now, just because there's 2 schools of thought, right? You can either go for the Blink Dagger here, or you can immediately go for the Aghanim Scepter. The benefit of the Aghanim Scepter is that the issue with Navi's lineup is that they're so timing oriented.